One man had 5 minutes to decide if he should end the world. He chose not to. You are alive because of him. The year was 1983. The Cold War between America and the Soviet Union was at its most dangerous point ever. Both sides had thousands of nuclear missiles aimed at each other. One mistake. The button is pressed. In minutes, the world as we know it would end. Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov, Soviet Air Defense Forces. On the night of September 26th, he was the duty officer at Serpa 15. The nuclearly worn bunker was calm. Everything was normal. Then, without warning, the system lit up.
Moscow reply.
This is not a drill.
Why only 5 missiles? A real strike would be hundreds.
It's real! Report it now!
False alarm.
The 5 minutes passed. No explosions, no impact, no war. Petrov was right. If Petrov had bon alcohol, Petrov was never celebrated. The man who saved the world lived and died in silence. He saved every person alive on Earth today. He got no medal, no parade, no statue. Does he deserve to be the most famous human who ever lived? Comment below. This man was so rich, he accidentally destroyed an entire country's economy just by walking through it.
Mansa Musa, emperor of the Mali Empire in West Africa, ruler of more than half the world's gold supply. His personal wealth in today's money, adjusted for inflation.
In 1324, Musa decided to make the Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, a religious journey, simple enough. He brought 60,000 people with him. This was not a trip, this was a moving city.
First stop, Cairo, Egypt. Musa arrived and immediately began giving. He gave gold to every poor person he saw, every beggar, every merchant, every official. He built mosques just because he felt like it.
Here is where it goes wrong. Musa flooded Cairo with so much gold that gold stopped being valuable. Prices crashed. Being too generous, merchants offend gears.
When Musa found out what he had done, he felt terrible. His solution, borrow all the gold back from Egyptian merchants at enormous interest rates, deliberately. He was so rich, Mansa Musa put Africa on the map. Literally. After his pilgrimage, every European map showed Mali, labeled simply as. He built universities, libraries. $400 billion. One trip, one mistake, one apology richer than most countries. Who do you think is the richest person alive today? Because it is definitely not who you think.
Mansa Musa, the richest person in history. His wealth was possibly uncountable. It completely dwarfs modern fortunes. Discover the shocking facts.
In 1932, the Australian Army declared war on birds. They lost. After World War I, Australian soldiers were given farmland in Western Australia as a reward. Nice gesture. Lovely farms. One small problem. Every single year, governments begged the government for help. The military was sent in with machine guns to take care of the emu problem once and for all.
Send the boys!
What could possibly go wrong? Major GPW Meredith arrived with 2 soldiers, 2 Lewis machine guns, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. He was absolutely certain. Day 1, soldiers open fire. The emus scatter into small on purpose. Like cavalries, machine guns kind of the deleted phase of any army in the world. Day 3, soldiers mounted a machine gun on a truck for mobility. The truck drove for the emus. The emus stock hit a road. The emus appeared to laugh. After 1 week, the military had fired 2,500 bullets and killed 50 emus. The government recalled the soldiers in embarrassment. The newspapers called it the Great Emu War, decisively. The emus returned every year after that. The farmers eventually got a rabbit-proof fence instead. The emus walked around it. Australia tried again in 1948, lost again. To this day, a trained military lost to birds with no weapons, no strategy, and a brain the size of a walnut. What does that say about us?
For 1,000 years, no army could break these walls. Until one man changed everything forever. Constantinople, capital of the Byzantine Empire, the greatest city on earth for 1,000 years, home to 1 million people, protected by the most powerful walls ever built by human hands. But in 1453, 21-year-old Sultan Mehmed II arrived with 80,000 soldiers and a weapon nobody had ever seen before: the largest cannon ever built. It could hurl a 600-pound stone ball over a mile. For 53 days, the cannons fired, day and night. The ground shook, the walls cracked, but the Byzantines held on. Emperor Constantine XI fought on the walls himself alongside his last 7,000 soldiers. Then, on the night of May 28th, someone left a small gate in the walls unlocked. The Kerkoporta Gate. Ottoman soldiers poured through. Within minutes, they were inside. Constantine tore off his royal insignia so nobody would know he was emperor, drew his sword, and charged into the Ottoman army alone. He was never seen again. The Byzantine Empire, 1,000 years old, ended in a single morning. Constantinople became Istanbul, and the world was never the same. A gate left open. That's all it took to end 1,000 years. Who do you think left it open? "300 men, 300,000 enemies, and they chose to fight anyway." The year was 480 BC. The Persian king Xerxes commanded the largest army the world had ever seen. He sent a messenger to Sparta with one demand: surrender your weapons. Leonidas looked at him and said just 2 words: come and take them, then kicked him into a well. At the narrow pass of Thermopylae, 300 Spartans held back the entire Persian army for 3 days. Their shield wall was unstoppable. Xerxes sent wave after wave and lost thousands every time. But on day 3, a Greek trader named Ephialtes showed the Persians a secret mountain path around the Spartans. They were surrounded. Leonidas knew it was over. Leonidas sent most of his men home to fight another day. He stayed behind with just 300. Their sacrifice bought Greece enough time to prepare and ultimately defeat Persia forever. 300 men didn't just die that day. They became immortal. Would you have stayed?
On August 24th, 79 AD, 20,000 people had no idea they were living their last day. The morning started like any other. Children played in the streets. Merchants sold bread. Nobody noticed the ground trembling beneath their feet. Then, at 1 p.m., Vesuvius exploded with the power of 100,000 atomic bombs. A wall of ash and fire 20 miles high darkened the entire sky. People ran, but there was nowhere to go. A superheated cloud of gas moving at 180 miles per hour swallowed the entire city in under 4 minutes. When archaeologists discovered Pompeii 1,700 years later, the city was frozen in time. People still sitting at tables, families hugging, a dog still chained to a wall. An entire city frozen forever in a single afternoon. What would you do if you had 1 hour left?